Yeah, I know, it's late. I've been working, alright. Yeah, it's 2 days late, I don't care. Sunday, it was a sad day. I know, it was, still during the um, mourning period for the death of Queen Elizabeth II. The funeral was on Monday. Um, I suppose, in a way, I'm paying my respects by delaying this upload. So I suppose it's not really all a bad thing, but I just wanted to explain yet again how I've had stuff going on in life and I haven't had a chance to do a video. But on Sunday, I really wish I hadn't gotten up in the morning to watch the game, and it ruined my whole bloody weekend. Because it finished Everton 1, West Ham United 0, or should I say Charity Case FC 0, at Goodison Park. Everton hasn't won a game all season, struggling in form. Come West Ham to change that. It's one of the most deflating performances I've seen in a long, long time. And everyone who supports this club has got a right to be worried right now. Because look where we are on the table. We're in the relegation zone already in the season. And we've only won one game all season. Sometimes we've papered over the cracks with performances like we played well against Forest, people are saying, or we played well against Spurs and just got unlucky. Or, I don't know, we played well in the Conference League and we've won our games there. Like, that's not the point, man. It's not the point at all. The point is that we're not winning in the league. And because of this, and decisions made by the manager with his team selection and these players, David Moyes is now on borrowed time. Because we can't go on like this. At the very latest, if I were in charge, I would give him until the end of October. And then, if we're not improving by the time that period comes around, he's gone. He's already under a lot of pressure right now. And to be honest, this has been coming for a long time. We're often very critical of Moyes because of his arrogance and his refusal to change his tactics. His refusal to switch up and bring in fresh faces into that 11. By not bringing in those fresh faces, things like this Everton game happen. We have a lot of players who aren't performing well and they know it. So when they know that they're starting on the team sheet, they're thinking, oh, okay, nice. And that's just leaving a sour taste in the people who deserve it. Mouths. A lot to talk about in this, as per usual. Starting 11 really was back to the normal 11. Cresswell was back in for Emerson. Some Everton pressure in that first half forced West Ham to close down. Paqueta with rash challenges. He needed to calm down a bit. And Paqueta doesn't convince me in the 10 role. It should have been Benrahma in the 10. Because Benrahma keeps the ball. And keeping the ball retention, two main words that West Ham need to know. Retain the ball, keep it at your feet, and control it. Benrahma does that well. Paqueta doesn't. Paqueta likes to play fast touch football. And that's causing us to lose the ball when we try and play it with him. Paqueta's better as number 8 than number 10. He attempts link-up play, and we could see how he wanted to play, but it wasn't really working out. Sofal, some alright defensive work from him, I'm not going to lie, but not amazing going forward. Fornals, again, he's been stuck on the bloody wing. Since when does Fornals go on the wing and ever play well? That guy, in a way, I'm going to be put under a bloody spit roast for this, but in a way, I feel bad for Fornals because he doesn't even get played in his right position. Does Moyes even know what the right position is for him? He's played centre mid, holding mid, a number 10, a winger and a wing back. And he still can't put in a consistent performance. Fornals has been shocking for a lot of this season. Just because he loves West Ham and that he posts pictures of him singing I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles with his baby son. Yeah, cute. But what does he actually do on a game day? Nothing. No drive from West Ham in this game. No passion and nothing going forward. Ball retention, it was a bad thing we don't have. No one can keep it. Souček could not keep it. Fornals couldn't keep it. We definitely couldn't keep it in the defence. Souček and Rice had that partnership again. Rice tried to go forward on his own, but he couldn't make those long runs because no one's there to clear the path for him. This game was crying out, honestly, for Lanzini to start in that centre mid alongside Rice. Because Lanzini would add a little bit of creativity in, have a little bit more to add than Souček. I wanted changes to be made at half-time, because half-time would have been perfect to freshen things up. What I would have done, Flynn Downs on for Souček. Benrahma on, Paqueta. Maybe take off Fornals, put on Scamacca, and have two up top. Just thought. Then maybe put Cornet on as well while you're at it. Start second half, Bowen fired over the bar. That guy was putting in some top performances last season and was linked with a move away from West Ham to a bigger club. Do you think he really would be wanted by a bigger club right now? No. Can't even hit the back door. And then Everton took the lead in around the 50-minute mark. And it's that bloody friggin' Mopé, man. Thought we'd seen the bloody back of him. I thought he was off to Italy. But no, he signed for Everton. And he scores against us yet again. He is shocking, apart from when he plays against West Ham, because that's when he actually turns into a really good player. And we allow it. Defence switched off, miscommunication. Onana, that really pisses me off, man. Onana could have signed for West Ham. His vision and his passing were excellent. He looked really good for Everton in that game, and it was clear he was a difference maker. We have Souček who can't even pass the ball bloody forward. That's the difference is passing. We don't know how to pass the ball properly, and it needs to be something we need to nail in training. How to pass a ball, how to find your man, and keep the ball on the bleeding ground. That's when you're going to charge the most momentum behind it. I was crying out for changes to be made. But either way, if we'd have made changes right now, it would have been reactionary, if anything. It's only that then really West Ham started to go for it. And Fornals was still doing a crap job on the wing. And eventually he came off. And thankfully, substitutions were made. Correct substitutions, but they should have been done way earlier. You know, Fornals off, Cornet on. Paqueta off for Benrahma. Good, about time. I thought when Benrahma came into that game, he was our best player. I really did. He was trying to make something happen. Cornet, a bit isolated on that side. And mind you, Everton's got two really decent fullbacks. I said it in my preview. Patterson's really good. Mikalenko's good. Both of them were on our wingers. It wasn't hard for him to mark Bowen, and it definitely was a little more challenging to mark Cornet, but they still bloody did it. The lack of threat made it easy for Everton, and no one had any urgency. Souček, I think, passed the ball back, and Rice was immediately shouting at him, saying, "What the hell are you friggin' doing?" In our defence, I've got to say one thing. In our defensive unit, one player that did impress me was Kura. He was defensively good. One of our more better to average-ish players on the day. Same can't be said for the rest. Scamacca came on for Antonio. Okay, that tells me we're going to hold the ball up. Scamacca has better ball control than Antonio. Scamacca can keep the ball. I thought Scamacca had a very quiet second half, really. Benrahma, little move on his left foot, hits the post. Who was putting in a better performance? Paqueta, the £51 million man, or Benrahma, whom Moyes supposedly hates? Because I'm telling you now, in the post-match interview, Moyes tried to praise his subs. He never praised Benrahma. Don't be starting a bloody agenda, because that's how you're going to lose faith in your players. It's like Everton were getting at it uncomfortable and West Ham was panicking to score. Flicked the ball onto Cornet, tried to go around it and missed. I think there was a late touch there. Cornet's desperate for that first West Ham goal though, and he's got that hunger. And that's something we need, hungry players. He's got that drive and that motivation about him. Then in the stoppage time, Emerson came on for Cresswell. Like, what the hell? Just a pointless sub, and it finished 1-0 to Everton. Do you know what's going wrong with this? It's the fact that Moyes' tactics do not work right now. Because one, we're getting sussed out. Two, everyone's playing for nothing. And three, we're just passengers. We're very passive. We're not assertive enough in games. I feel sorry for some players, and it's not because of my emotion. I feel sorry for some players because they're being let down by other weaker ones. We all complain Fabianski is sometimes an inconsistent goalkeeper, but he's being let down by his defenders. He's being let down especially by his fullbacks because they're the ones that are meant to prevent crosses coming in. Part of the defence's job, don't let it come near the box. That way you're not gonna let him shoot. It's common sense. I'm 25 years old. I never played football growing up. I only watched it, and I can tell you all this stuff. Our midfield is worrying. The reason why I looked at a lot of midfielders over the summer for scouting report was because I think we need a creative one who can really progressively move the ball. Kirksu, Koopmeiners would have been absolutely ideal for us. They really would. We even have a possession-based coach. Mark Warburton liked to play possession-based football at Brentford and QPR. Players benefited at those teams. And what happened? He got them up the table. He got them promoted into Championship with Brentford. He got QPR stabilised and playing better football. Last season, Swansea was leading the Championship in passing and dribbling. Who was the main player behind that? Flynn Downs. Where's Flynn Downs now? West Ham. Where does he spend most of his time? On the bench. He ain't exactly like Brentford, like the Brentwood Busquets right now. He's like the Cockney Alex Kral. Just being left to rot on a bench for nothing. And he doesn't even know what he's doing. The guy who played really well in Europa League against Steaua Bucharest. Okay? Downs is crying out to start games, and he should be starting over Souček because I reckon he would do better. Is it because he's not an international player? Is it because he's not got that grit? Is it because if he gets stamped on his face, he's going to bleed and he's going to have to go off instead of it getting stitched up like Souček does? I don't know. And even Rice isn't playing all that well these days either. He's probably being affected by the whole team. Bowen as well. I think we need to get another frigging winger in January, to be honest with you. We do. We need another forward who can play on the right side. Because Bowen on the wing, right now, he looks disinterested. Last season, he was really going at it. He was getting pace behind him and energy. And now it's just like, meh, whatever with him. Antonio's not been playing bad, though. I've got to say that. Antonio's not been playing bad. The other side, we have Fornals playing on the wing. He doesn't play there. One player that benefits from playing deeply is Fornals. He is better off in an 8 or a 6. Like Iniesta did. There's no way he can play forward. Doesn't get into the right positions to play forward. Who else has let me down? Oh, Sofa's let me down. Get Ben Johnson in there ASAP. Get Harrison Ashby in there ASAP. Emerson is a pacey left-back, and so why is Cresswell still starting? You see, Moyes is making the wrong decisions, and look where it's getting him. Other managers are not scared to rotate. Other managers are not scared to try new things. But what do they say about the definition of insanity? It's doing the same things over and over again and expecting the same bleeding results. We keep putting the same team in the Premier League week in, week out, and expecting to get wins. You can't be serious. And if Moyes keeps doing this, he is going to lose his job. And he'll have himself to blame. I respect the guy for getting into Europe for 2 seasons in a row, even though, look, fate and chance might have played a role in that. I do not care. He still did a job. He's had more this season. He's not been working on a shoestring budget exactly. We've spent mass amounts of money with a good scouting system, so you'd think. What good is this if Moyes doesn't like to use it, though, or even use it properly? And I say the same bloody things in my videos about this all the time, but the thing is, I just have to, because nothing's going to get resolved at this rate. After the international break, and thank God we've got one, after the international break, we've got Wolves. They're not doing great. We've got Fulham. Oh, we got to win. We need to get 6 points from those games, man. We have to get maximum points. And if we don't, what's going to happen then? If we get a new manager in, I don't think the system would fall apart. I think we'd probably improve. Or even, I'd actually probably even think about giving it to Warburton until the end of the season because he knows how to get the players to keep the ball better and play formations that allow that. I don't know what's going on, man, but something needs to change. It's either the tactics, the players, or it'll be the person in the hot seat of this club. That's the ultimatum. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to sub for more content. Take care, everybody. I'm off to bed. I'll see you all soon.